It's the inspirational power hour.
Hey guys, you're tuned into the Inspirational Power Hour with your host, Chandra. And listen, I am hanging out with a very special guest, none other than Mr. Bryan Andrew Wilson. How are you, sir?
Listen, I'm blessed. I'm doing wonderfully. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for hanging out today. I appreciate it.
Yes, listen, it's such an honor. Listen, even be alive today. You know what I'm saying? And then,
Absolutely.
being able to do things that you love to do and promote some things that I'm excited about. And again, just being on the show with you and these good people.
Listen, first time on the show, so we're super excited about that.
Yes.
But I'm right here in Jackson, Mississippi, and as your team reminded me, you definitely have some Mississippi roots, and we're going to be some Mississippi ties, let's say that. And we're going to be
And
talking
Roots.
and roots.
Yes.
Okay.
Mendenhall, Crystal Springs,
What?
all back in there. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So roots, ties, families,
Yes.
all that good stuff. All that good stuff. But Bryan, you've been in ministry, you've been singing for a long time. And so
Yes.
for anybody, any of my listeners that might not be familiar with Bryan Andrew Wilson, I would love it if you would just kind of give us a little bit of your background and how you started in music.
Well, actually, I started singing at the age of about 8 years old, literally. And my grandfather, speaking of Mississippi, I got to go here. When he was a young man, he helped teach B.B. King how to play the guitar down in the Delta, down in the Mississippi Delta. And
What?
so, yeah, so music has been in my family forever. The Ruffins, who come
Okay.
from family from Mississippi, was my grandfather's first cousins. And so in our family, it was just entrenched. Music was entrenched. And so as a little kid, 8 and 7 years old, they would have me singing songs like Lord, do it for. I can remember when you didn't pay my bills and all that
Those
kind of
old
stuff.
folks, old testimony songs, like you had a testimony at 8.
Like I had a testimony. And so, and what happened was I started singing those songs, the hymns. That's how I became familiar with them, and went into to audition. And I didn't know it, but for a solo with the Mississippi Children's Mass Choir, because someone had sent a video in of me singing, and it's like, yo, you got to hear this little kid sing. So sent the video in. Went down to Jackson from Illinois. I didn't know what I was doing. I was still just 10. I thought I was going on a road trip, and not knowing that it was really an event, an occasion that would change the rest of my life. So that's how I got started in the music, and then from there I started traveling with the Mississippi Mass, and then Reverend James Moore. We were on the road together, and then John P. Key, and then before I knew it, God had really started putting me on a path to a recording career.
And Bryan, I really I think I was in the audience at that recording.
Really?
Yeah, like I used to go to all of them. And I think if I remember correctly, I don't know if that was the same night that the children's choir recorded with Jerry Smith and his group.
Yes, he did,
I
because
was there.
Lucretia Campbell led that song and told a place to smith.
I was there, sir.
Do you know you're one of the first people in all the years of me doing this that actually says in the interview, I was there that night. You were
Listen,
like
you
literally one of the first people.
listen, because I remember the response when you sang too. Now let's not,
Yeah.
yeah, let's not forget about that. We're not going to just skate past that, okay? This little bitty boy came out there, and at
Yeah.
first everybody's like, "Oh, it's so cute." Now, first of all, we're around the same age. Let me
Right,
just say that.
right.
So, no, I'm older. But this little kid comes out there. Everybody, oh, God bless him. Just
Right.
we get the God bless him at first because you don't know what he's going to
Yeah.
do. Then you come out there with this grown man anointing and voice. Everybody's like, okay, what? So yeah, so that was
Wow.
kind of the start of your
Wow.
recording career and everything.
Yeah, that was really the start. And so from there, then I ended up recording my first project with Malico Records, off of Northside Drive, and
Mm-hmm.
then went on from there. I did two records with them, and then school, started happening. Well, it was still happening because I was in
Mm-hmm.
school. Went to college, and then I set out for a minute. I was like, I'm good recording. I'm done with recording. I'm all right. I've been doing this, at the age of 18 for almost 12 years. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? At
Mm-hmm.
18,
Mm-hmm.
so I went off to college, enjoyed college, loved college, um, found a new lease on life, and then after that, Bill Carpenter started working on a gospel encyclopedia. And
Mm.
he's like, man, I want you to record this song. I was like, I don't know. Because, after the voice change,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think I can sing anymore. I was like,
Wow.
I don't know if I really want to do it, because some people were expecting me to sound a certain way, wanted me
Yeah.
to, hit all these high notes all the time. And I'm somewhere trying to kill myself at 16 or 17, trying to sound like I'm 10.
Really?
Yeah, like it was really an interesting season at one point. So I was just kind of like, I'll pass,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but the Lord really touched me, and through Bill Carpenter and me recording that song on his Uncloudy Day project,
Mm.
is when I got back into it. I was like, you know what? I think I can do this again. I can
Yeah.
do this. It fed back into my love for it, my heart for it, and it brings me to today. You know what I'm saying? So ever
Yeah.
since then, up until this moment, music has just been a part of my life, but not necessarily recording. But now I'm really like, I feel like God has something that He wants to say through me, and the way that He wants me to say it, in the tone and in the range that He wants me to say it, and so that's where I am right now.
And so, in addition to that, you're also pastoring in full time ministry. You're
Yes,
I'm still going to call you a new husband, and congratulations on that. I
yes.
absolutely love you and Prophetess. You guys are just such a cute couple.
Thank
I
you
follow
so.
y'all online. Tell her I said, hey, you got to give her my love.
I promise I would. Yes, I am. I am newly married. Well, it'll be a year in June the 20th. It'll be a
Mm.
year,
Okay.
and we look at each other sometimes, Shonda. We look at each other and be like, "We married?" And it's almost a year. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it goes by fast. When you marry your friend. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. And if y'all anyone who follows us know that we are friends. We love each other, but we crack each other up. We mess with each other. We joke with each other. We pray
Yeah.
for each other, so it's really good, and that helps in ministry as well. As I'm pastoring here in Atlanta, Georgia, Freedom of Atlanta, shout out, and I'm pastoring. She co-pastors along with me, and the ministry is going well. It's growing even in a pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's really doing well. So that's going well, and at the same time, I'm still recording and traveling and preaching, as well as I work in education. Because
Mm.
education is a big thing for me.
Okay.
I love working with youth. I love the mentorship and all that kind of thing. So I am busy.
I
I
see.
I am busy, but I'm living life because I feel like, listen, if you got it to live, live it strong and live it long.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. So, your new single, The Ride, listen, is this a different sound for you?
this is a different sound for me. It isn't the traditional sound that a lot of people know me for or know me from.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but this song, I was actually here in Atlanta. One of my cousins, who is a great producer, he's produced for some amazing artists, even artists outside of the genre of gospel. And so we were in the studio. Actually, my little brother, who's a recording artist, was in the studio, and he was recording. And I was just in there. I just had my hat on to the back. I had a T-shirt on, and was just chilling, in there. And he said, "Yo, cuz, this is record. I want you to hit and listen to this record." And I'm like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, how sometimes family could be, they gas you up and like, oh, okay, let me listen to the record. Since he put that song on, I
Wow.
was like, yo, this is fire. I let's do this. And when I heard the lyrics, it was so befitting for the time that we're in, the ride.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times in life, we feel like we know what we want to do, how we want to do it, where we want to do it, and when we want to do it.
Right.
And we try to drive our own destiny. But this song basically is saying, listen, you done made some mistakes. Aren't you tired of making the wrong turn? I'm reminded a lot of times when I would travel, people would be driving and I knew where we were supposed to go and they wouldn't let me drive. I'm like, let me drive, sit back. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's the same way with God. A
Yeah.
lot of times we don't know where we're going, and we got Him in the passenger seat. And
Mm.
now it's time for us to switch over. Hey, let the Lord drive. Let Him take you to where you need to go, because you're gonna make the wrong turn. It's gonna take you longer to get there. You're
Yeah.
gonna hit some dead blocks in the road. So just go ahead and do what you need to do and let Him drive. And that's what this song is about, the ride. And so it has authentic sound. It's a very strong millennial vibe, very strong, refreshing sound, that I think people will gravitate to.
Awesome. Awesome. So, let everybody know how they can check it out. Let everybody know how they can follow you and keep
Yeah.
up with everything you got going on.
Listen, y'all can check it out on anywhere they're streaming, all your favorite streaming media outlets. You can download it, go check it out on Spotify, well, yeah, Wi-Fi. Yeah, if you got Wi-Fi, get Spotify.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so check it out on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, whatever, all your streaming places. Post the videos, post the links. If you want to reach out to me, I'm on Instagram, Bryan, Bryan Andrew Wilson, as well as I'm on Facebook as Bryan Andrew Wilson. I'm on Twitter, and it's I am Bryan Wilson. And just reach out to me, and I promise you, you're gonna enjoy this song, and the message in it. You know, the messaging is going to really give you hope for what we're going through right now. Because I promise there's a destination at the end of all this pandemic, at the end of all this, what's going on. We just got to sit back and ride and let them drive.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Bryan, listen, I appreciate you hanging out. I know you're out there on the road. Listen, before we go, I
Yeah.
got to do this, Bryan. I got to
Okay.
do this.
Okay. All right. All right.
We going to have a little reaction real quick if you cool.
Okay.
Okay?
We're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Boy. You remember that?
I remember that, and I can actually you remember it too. That's amazing.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
First of all, Jerry Smith coming in here with this virtuosic intro.
Let me
Oh,
tell
there
you
we go.
something.
Look at him, just so precious.
Wow.
There you go, Bryan. Look
Isn't
at
that
yourself.
it? And I'm looking side by side view. That's crazy.
Look at yourself.
Isn't that crazy?
Awesome, awesome. So that was kind of the beginning of it all.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
guys, listen, I want you to check it out. If you have not, this is the Mississippi Children's Choir, His Eyes on the Sparrow. How many years ago was this now?
Oh my God. I was about 8 or 9 years old. So that was literally about almost 20 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Like 20, like 20 years ago. Yeah.
So guys, listen. I gotta tell you that we bought that tape. It was a cassette tape back then. I'm showing our ages, right? We bought that cassette tape and wore it out. I'm talking about the lettering came off of we rubbed the
little
letters
beige
off.
tapes, the little.
Yes. Oh, I think that one might have been clear.
Oh, was that one clear? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Yeah, that one because we rubbed we wore it out. We wore it out. Just awesome, awesome. So it's so great to know, Bryan, that from 20 years ago to today, you are still doing your thing. You are still making music. You still have an incredible voice, and I'm glad you are still here giving us great music.
Thank you so much. Listen, that means so much to. I mean, this has been really. This is a great interview. I'm telling you, if for nothing else, just to know that you were there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How many people can say that? How many people you interview can say that to you? Not a lot. And if they
Not a lot.
got their name, make me feel special. So, so listen. So that was amazing. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for the interview. Listen, I'm glad to be on here.
Awesome.
I'm glad for the platform to just let people know that God is still living. He's still worthy.
Amen.
And that he's still allowing us to do what we need to do and what he's called us to do, no matter the circumstance or situation.
Yeah.
Some people's lives have stopped in this, some people's careers have stopped in this, but I am a living witness that if God has something mandated on your life, if God has spoken to you, if God has instructed you, anointed you, that there's no circumstance that you cannot live through. There is no happenstance that you cannot make it through. And that all you have to do is keep doing what he's called you to do.
Yeah.
If Paul preached in a prison, if Jesus preached on the water, surely we could keep going through a pandemic.
That's right.
So keep going. Don't let the adversity stop you from perpetuating what God has instructed you to do. So that's all I want to say. And I'm just, Chandra, you all right with me? You hear me?
All right. Guys, listen, check it out. Check out Bryan Andrew Wilson's new single, The Ride, available everywhere now. Bryan, thank you so much for hanging out.
Listen, I enjoy myself. Absolutely.
Good. Love to your beautiful wife as well.
Thank you. I promise I'll tell her. I promise.
All right.
It's the inspirational power.